Hey there, YouTube followers. Michael of Painting War Games, and I've been sitting here working on my Karn Effects model. This guy is all done. I'm working on the actual weapons system right now. So he is actually all done. Looks pretty. I really like how this guy turned out, despite how much trouble I had getting him that far. Let's see if I can find the gun, because I just pushed it aside here. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. But besides that, I realized that I had not done a Blood Angels Codex review, so this is going to be it. This is going to be the start of it. I'm going to go HQ, troops, however it goes in the book. But let me start out with the special rule. The one universal special rule that they all have, other than they shall know no fear, is Furious Charge. So on my little paperback rulebook, I had to look it up. Furious Charge. In the turn that this model with this special rule charges into combat, you add +1 strength. You add +1 to his strength characteristic until the end of the assault phase. If he made a disorder charge, he does not get this benefit. So that's cool. Put that on the ground. It makes the Blood Angel army very killy, in my opinion. You want to assault. You want to get to like strength 5 or strength 6. So, let's start out. Blood Angels Codex. And this is 7th edition, obviously. We're going to start off at page 52. I warn you now, the HQs is a really lengthy bit. There's a lot of HQs in here. Lords of War will be the very last bit that I do. At the end of the whole Codex review, because there's only 2 Lords of War, and we'll get to those guys when I get there. So, start off with page 52. We have the Captain. He starts out at 90 points. He comes with power armor, bolt pistol, chain sword, frag grenades, crack grenades, and iron halo. He has a basic stat line. He has web skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, tough 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, attacks 3, leadership 10, 3 plus save because he has power armor. He has and they shall know no fear, furious charge, independent character. He has a number of upgrades. He can replace his bolt pistol with a bolt gun for free. He can replace his chain sword for a relic blade for 25 points. He can take a storm shield for 15 points, even in his power armor state, which is kind of cool. He can replace his power armor with artificer armor for 20 points, which is nice. So you could give him artificer armor and a storm shield, so he has the 2+3+. He may take items from melee weapons, ranged weapons, special issue war gear, and relics of Baal. He may replace his power armor, bolt pistol, chain sword, frag, and crack grenades with Terminator armor for 30 points. He gets a storm bolter and a power weapon for that. The Terminator Captain, may only take items from the Terminator weapons, special issue war gear, and relics of Baal. Basically, you guys have heard it a million times, but this is your standard. You make a captain. It's like the captain that comes in the Death Storm kit is the captain here. He's just decked out in Terminator gear. So he's good for what he is. You can make a cheap HQ choice. He's good for leading your army. Next, you got the Librarian on page 53. He starts off at 65 points. Weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, tough 4, 2 wounds, initiative 4, attacks 2, leadership 10, 3+ save. He comes with power armor, bolt pistol, force weapon, frag and crack grenades, and psychic hood. He has special rules, and they shall know no fear, furious charge, independent character, and psyker mastery level 1. Librarians generate their powers from the sanguine, biomancy, demonology, divination, and pyromancy disciplines. You may upgrade him to Psyker level 3 for 25 points. replace his bolt pistol with a bolt gun for free. He may take items from the ranged weapons, special issue, war gear, and relics of Baal. One Terminator in your army may replace his force weapon with Gillian's staff. That is on page. I actually never looked that one up. It says it's on page 108. So what is Gillian's staff? Gillian's staff is a melee weapon that adds +2 strength to your weapon skill, or adds +2 strength. So you go to strength 6. It's AP4. It's melee. It's concussive. It's force. It's rage filled. That's another special rule. Rage filled is a model with Gillian's staff can reroll any dice rolls of a 1 when making a psychic test, but will immediately suffer a wound with no saves of any kind allowed for each rerolled dice that is also a 1. So, 10 points. You get that. He may replace his power armor, bolt pistol, frag, and crack grenades with Terminator armor for 25 points. A librarian in Terminator armor may take any one of the following. He may take a Storm Bolter for 5 points, a Combi Flamer, Combi Melta, or Plasma for 10 points, a Storm Shield for 10 points. He may only take items from the special issue war gear and relics of Baal. I'm not too familiar with the whole psychic phase yet, but if you want a generic psyker librarian, build your own librarian. It's pretty cool. Definitely put him in Terminator armor, it's my opinion, because then you get the 2+ save. And I would give him the Storm Shield so he has a 2+3+. That way you can just sort of bounce stuff off. I don't know if I'd give him the Gilliam staff because you're re-rolling a 1 and you automatically take a wound from it with no saves of any kind, it sounds like. So he only has 2 wounds, so I wouldn't take that. So now we're moving on to Captain Tycho, or Tico. I'm not really sure what it is, how you pronounce it. He is on page 54. He is 135 points. He has Web Skill 6, Ballistic Skill 5, Strength 4, Tough 4, 3 wounds, Initiative 5, 3 attacks, Leadership 10, 2+ save. He has Artificer Armor, Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades, Digital Weapons, and Iron Halo. He has Red Rampage as his Warlord trait. I'll get to the Warlord traits and at the end of this. He has And They Shall Know No Fear, Furious Charge, hatred towards orcs, and he's an independent character. He comes with a relic of Baal. It's the Blood Song. The Blood Song is a combi weapon with the following profile. It has 2 profiles. It has range 24. It's Strength 4, AP 4, Rapid Fire, Master Crafted. And then it has an 18-inch range gun, which is Strength 8, AP 1, Assault 1, Melta, Master Crafted, 1 use only. So you're getting a Combi Melta that is actually pretty good. It's a long-range Melta gun that's Master Crafted. I'm not really sure about him. I've never really heard about him being used. I mean, he's good for what he is. I think he's a little. I mean, for 130 points, he's actually pretty solid. He has a 2+4+, and he has we're getting into the name characters now, so you can't deck him out anyway. But he's good for what he is. So now we're going on to Tycho the Lost on page 55. He has 145 points. It looks like he has the exact same stat line as Captain Tycho. He has Artificer Armor, Bolt Pistol, Frag and Crack Grenades, Digital Weapons, Iron Halo. He has the Red Rampage Warlord trait. His special rules, now he gained a lot of special rules here. He gets Fearless, Feel No Pain, Furious Charge, Hatred Towards Orcs. He's an independent character. He has Rage, and he is Relentless. Really cool. For a 15-point upgrade, he gets Feel No Pain, Rage, and Relentless. He also has this rule. It's Fallen to the Black Rage. I guess he has gone into the Black Rage. You cannot include Tycho the Lost in an army that does not That includes Captain Tycho, because obviously they're the same guy. Tycho the Lost can only join a Death Company squad, which fits this because he has fallen to the Black Rage. Or, yeah, he has fallen to the Black Rage, so he can only be with Death Company. And he has the Blood Song. Really good character. I like Tycho the Lost better. But it really sucks that you can't put him with anything other than Death Company. And just my opinion about Death Company, right quick, is I believe they should all be jump infantry, or they should have jump packs. So this is kind of weird. I mean, I guess you could make Death Company that are on foot, but I like Tycho the Lost better, but he can only join a company of Death Company. Or he can only join a squad of Death Company. So you got to pick your poison there. All right, now we're on to the Librarian Dreadnought, which is something I've never seen before. I don't know anything about him, so I'm just going to give you my honest opinion as I read it. He has 150 points. He has Weapon Skill 5, Ballistic Skill 4, Strength 6. He has Front Armor 13, Side 12, and Rear 10. He has Initiative 4, 2 attacks, Hull Points 3. He is a Walker and a Character. His war gear. He has the Furioso Force Halbert, which I don't, like I said, I don't know much about this. Like, I have really looked at the troop choices and stuff. Where is it? The Furioso Force Halbert. It gives you ×2 strength, which I'd imagine caps out at 10. AP2. It's melee and force. Not bad. So he goes to strength 10. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's strength 12 except for destroyer weapons. So he goes to strength 10, AP2. And it's at his initiative, which is really cool. So he has a Power Fist with a built-in Storm Bolter. So that's at strength 10. He has Psychic Hooks, Searchlights, Smoke Launchers. Warlord traits. If your Warlord is the Librarian Dreadnought, you must roll on the Warlord traits on the table. He can never roll on any other Warlord trait table, so he has to go with the Blood Angels one, which is understandable. He is a Librarian Dreadnought. He has special rules: Psychic Plot, or Psychic Pilot, which is the psychic rule for Dreadnoughts, and Furious Charge. He's only Mastery level 1 by standard. He generates his psychic powers from Sanguinary, Biomancy, Demonology, Divination, and Pyromancy. He can upgrade to Mastery level 2 for 25 points. He can replace a Storm Bolter with a Heavy Flamer for 10 points, or a Melt-A-Gun for 10 points, and he may take a Drop Pod as a dedicated transport. I would take this guy, but not as your Warlord, because I would drop him in with a Drop Pod and a Melt-A-Gun. So I'd make him 160 points. And I don't know the psychic tables at all in this generation. So excuse me for my lack of knowledge on that. Maybe he's better in the back just shooting out psychic stuff. But experience has taught me that Dreadnoughts are good that you drop them in. They're sort of a sacrifice turn 1. You always drop a Dreadnought in turn 1. With the drop pods, we'll get to it later, but I always give them like a locator beacon so you can deep strike in your Terminators or Death Company so they don't scatter. So yeah, like you just drop him in. He goes in there, he like breaks a tank or he gets into close combat really quick on turn 2. You know, he does something. I would drop him in behind a tank and just melt it inside. And turn 1, you pop the tank. I wouldn't. Experience has taught me that you don't drop in behind a Land Raider or next to a Land Raider, because even if the Melt-A-Gun, it's you have the Melter rule, it's still hard to pop a Land Raider. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired. I've just been getting beat up. So, next is Lord Mephiston, which I did order today. So he will be coming in about a week or so. Mephiston, Lord of Death, and this is arguably my favorite character of the book, hence why I ordered him. He has 175 points. Lord Mephiston. He has weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength 5, tough 5, 3 wounds, initiative 5, uh, 4 attacks, leadership 10, 2 plus save. He's infantry. He is unique. Okay, so he has artificer armor, which gives him the 2 plus save. He has plasma pistol, force sword, frag and crack grenades, and psychic hood. He has the warlord trait, soul warden. He has special rules, and they shall know no fear. He has the fleet special rule. He has furious charge. He is independent character, and he has psychic mastery level 3, which is why I like him. Because if I had to pick a psyker, I would get the max psychic rules I could. He has the special rule Transfixing Gaze. Roll 2d6 at the start of each fight sub-phase in which Mephiston is fighting in a challenge, which I would challenge. If the result is greater or equal to the opponent's leadership, Mephiston's melee attacks will, until the end of the assault phase hit on a 2+. Inceptive of the 2 models' weapon skill values. Of the 2 models' weapon skill values. Oh, okay. So he gets it off, and he always hits on a 2+, no matter what. So that's cool. It sort of got me. I was trying to think of what it meant. Mephiston always knows his psyker thing. Mephiston always knows the Sanguine Sword's psychic power, and he may generate 2 more powers from the Sanguinary, Biomancy, Demonology, Divination, or Pyromancy. So I'm going to go over his psychic, the one that you have to have, the Sanguine Sword. It's a Warp Charge 1. Sanguine Sword is a blessing that targets Mephiston while this power is in effect. His Force Sword is Strength 10. This guy is a beast. I'm going to field him. I am going to put him in a squad. I will figure out how to get him in my army. My growing army. Which, sad to say, Tyranids might be the first love, other than Blood Angels. But he is ordered. He is on his way. He is the special character I have picked. So obviously you guys know my choice. I really like him. I think people say he was better in the last edition, but I like him for how he is. He is strength and tough 5. So that is beast right there. He is toughness 5. He has 3, and so he can take a hit if he fails his 2+. So next we're going on to the Sanguinor on page 58. I know absolutely nothing about the next few guys, so sorry about what I may know. I think there's 4 or 5 left. Let me check. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's 6. Yeah, there's 6. Yeah, because there's Chaplain. So the Sanguinor, 200 points. Artificer armor, Execrine sword. That's another roll on page 104. He has a stupid special rule. Execrine sword, strength as user. He's AP 3, melee, mastercrafted, two-handed. Okay. He has frag and crack grenades. He has the death mask. Death mask does what? Death mask gives him the fear special roll. Yeah. He has Iron Halo jump pack. He has the heroic blessing. He has Internal Warrior, which is good. He's the only special character that we've come across that has Eternal Warrior. He's fearless. He has furious charge. He has Aura of the Fever. I don't know. You guys are going to correct me. All friendly models with the Blood Angels faction that are within 6 inches of him get +1 to their attacks. So he is the assault troop guy. Anything with a jump infantry, sort of keep him in there, and he gives them all +1 attack, which is kind of good because he gets +1 attack, and then he gets +1 strength while charging. So he goes to 5 attacks on the charge at strength 6. Not bad. Which, yeah. And so then he has Avenging Angel. Sanguinor rerolls failed to hit and to wound rolls during challenges, which this guy I would put in challenge because he has the Iron Halo, which is 5+, or 4+ involved, 2+, 4+. He's good. He's a bit expensive, even though he is only 25 points more expensive than Mephiston. I guess my problem is with the model. I think the rules are solid for him. I just don't like the model per se. He is definitely probably one of the HQ choices I will get that will go with, a unit of assault troops probably. And if I can put him with Death Company, I will. But he is definitely a good one. I like him. I like him for what he is. But he is a massive amount of points. Astaroth, we're on page 59. Astaroth, Redeemer of the Lost. He has 165 points. Weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 2+ save. So he's got artifice armor, which is good. Bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades. He has a jump pack. He has Rosales, which is on page 106. I'm probably butchering some of these special rules names. Where is it? Rosales gives them 4+ invul. Okay, so I don't know why they just couldn't say Iron Halo, but whatever. So yeah, he has 2+, 4+. He has Soul Warden as his warlord trait. I'm actually gonna look at that one right quick. Okay, yeah, whatever. Furious Charge, independent character, Zealot. He's the first guy with Zealot. He has Ligatures of Blood. In the turn in which Astaroth assaults into combat all Death Company Marines in his unit, reroll failed to wound rolls in the fight subphase. A model that has made a disordered charge this turn receives no benefit yet. So obviously he's the guy that goes with the Death Company because they just get rerolls to wound, so that's good. I don't know if I'd necessarily take him though. He has the Executioner's Axe, which gives him +1 strength, AP2. It's melee, killing strike, two-handed, unwieldy. So he goes at initiative step 1. So why give him initiative 5? I don't know. Killing Strike. When a model with this special rule rolls a 6 to wound, the target is automatically wounded, regardless of the target's toughness, and the wound has the instant death special rule. Pretty good. This guy would be arguably a monstrous creature killer. Like, you could just go around killing. Like, I wouldn't put him against Demon Prince, but like a Carnifex or Turbigon, stuff like that. Stuff that's probably going to go at initiative step 1 anyways. My only problem with him is that he's toughness 4. That's my general problem with Space Marine and Lords in general, is that they're tough 4. I like Lords to be toughness 5, or have a really good save. He has a 2+, 4+, but he takes 1 strength 8 hit and he's dead. Same with the Sanguinor. That's why I sort of really don't like both of them, is that they're only toughness 4. And since this is a Blood Angels Codex, and it's all about Furious Charge as their special, you would like to get off the charge and survive around a combat. So toughness 5 just gives you that extra barrier. Because at toughness 5, you don't have to worry about melta shots or last cannon shots. The only thing you really have to worry about in close combat is like beastly power weapons and stuff that double the opponent's strength, in which case you just die anyways. So next we're getting on to the Sanguinary Priest. He is on page 60. He has 60 points. He is really cheap for what you get. Weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, tough 4, 2 wounds, initiative 4, attacks 2, leadership 10, 3 plus save. He has power armor, chain sword, fragging crack grenades, the blood chalice. The blood chalice does what? I should know this. I think gives you feel no pain. No, it adds +1 to weapon skill. All units, all models with the Blood Angels faction and a unit with him get +1 weapon skill. Pretty good. That's actually really good. And then he has Necrocana or Nericana. Maybe this is the feel no pain rule. As long as this model is alive, yeah, gives every unit that he is with feel no pain. So really good at 60 points. And they shall know no fear. Fear is charged, an independent character. Really cool. He may take a bolt pistol for 1 point. He may take items from melee weapons, ranged weapons, special issue war gear, and or relics of ball. I really think this guy is solid. He's really solid for his points. I would almost put him like it's him and Mephiston I would field if you're going by the 4-sword chart, which I will, and I'll explain that later, or which I would like to do. Primarily, you put him in a squad with Mephiston in a squad, and they get feel no pain and all the buffs. So these guys are going to buff the squad and buff each other really good. Man, I just like him as a whole. Blood Chalice, and yeah, you're giving him a bliss weapon skill. So you put him in a squad with Mephiston, and Mephiston goes to weapon skill 7, I believe. Yeah, just dirty sauce. Just yeah, great guy. Next, we're going on to Brother Cabulo, or it's Corbulo. Yeah, he's 120 points. He has weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, tough 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 3 plus. He has power armor, bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades, and Necrocana, which gives feel no pain. He has speech of the Primarch as his warlord trait. He has and they shall know no fear. Fear is charge. Independent character. He has Far-Seeing Eye as another rule. Once per game, as long as Kabula has not been removed as a casualty, this ability can be used on one of the following. Reroll the dice to seize the initiative. Reroll the dice to see if a unit arrives from reserve. Reroll a single dice when used to hit or to wound, or a single dice used in a saving throw, or reroll a single scatter dice. He's okay. He does a lot of what if scenarios. He has a relic of Ball, the Heaven's Teeth, which is a chainsword that is rumored to have been crafted by the Primarch himself. It gives +1 strength, so he goes to strength 5. It's AP dash, so he has no AP. It's melee and rending, really kind of cool. It's strength 5 with rending chainsword. Then he has the Red Gale. All friendly models with in the Blood Angels faction within 6 inches of him, including Kabula himself, add +1 to their weapon skill and initiative. The bonus to weapon skill is not a collective with the bonus granted by the Blood Chalice. So that kind of sucks because I had an idea until I read that. I mean, that's cool. It's just a relic that doesn't stack with the Sanguinary Priest, because I was thinking Unbound, you could put a Mephiston in a squad, Sanguinary Priest, and Brother Kabula, and get Mephiston up to weapon skill 8 and just start wrecking house. But no, you can only go to a max of weapon skill 7 effectively in this Codex. So he's still good. I like him. I don't know if I'd field him. I don't necessarily like the model at all. I would do a sanguinary priest model and model it after that, or paint it, call him that. Next, you get your Tech Marine. Sorry, guys, I gotta take a drink because I'm getting cotton mouth. All right, there. Tech Marine. Gotta love him. 50 points. The cheapest of the HQ choices. The Tech Marine alone has this war here. Artificer armor, bolt pistol, bolt gun, frag and crack grenades, servo arm. The Serventers have servo arm as their war gear. The Tech Marine only has a They Shall Know No Fear, Furious Charge, independent character. He comes with the special rule of Blessing of Omosh. I'm not going to get into that. He has bolstered fences, which he can nominate one and say, I'm going to upgrade that piece of terrain, and I'm going to upgrade its cover save by 1 to a maximum of a 3+. And it can only be bolstered, a piece of terrain can only be bolstered once. So the Serventers have Mind Lock, unless you include, unless it also contains a Tech Marine, an unengaged unit that contains at least one model with this special rule must roll a d6 at the start. On a 4+, the special rule has no effect. On 1, 2, or 3, the unit is mind locked, and until the start of the next turn, the mind lock unit may not voluntarily move, shoot, or charge, but must still complete compulsory moves such as pile in and fallback moves. Okay. Upgrades for the Tech Marine. He can take a servo harness for 25 points. He may replace a servo harness with a jump pack for free. He can take items from the melee rule, or melee weapons, ranged weapons, special issue war gear. He may replace his bolt pistol and or bolt gun with a power axe. He can take up to 5 Serventers for 10 points a model. Up to 2 Serventers may replace their servo arm with one of the following: heavy bolter for 10 points, multi-melter for 10 points, plasma cannon for 20. Tech Marines are your cheap if you have to have, like, if you need to include 2 HQ choices or something. If, like, say you're going to a tournament that says you have to include a HQ and you don't want to dump a lot of points into it, he is the cheapest of the HQ choices. Alright, last but not least, and I said this was going to be a long movie or video, and right now we're at 300, or we're at 33 minutes. It's still going. The Chaplain at 90 points on page 64. He comes with power armor, bolt pistol, the Cortez, or Crucius, something, I don't know. Let me look it up. As far as special rule goes, sorry guys, I don't know the special rules of blood angels in and out. It's a melee weapon. It gives +2 strength, AP4, melee and concussive. Really good. All chaplains, I think, have that across the board. All make your own chaplains. And he has fragment crack grenades, and he has the Rosaurus, which gives him a 4+. He has Furious Charge, independent characters, Z-Lock. Cool. He may replace his bolt pistol with one of the following: bolt gun for free, or power fist for 25 points. He may take items from the ranged weapons, special issue war gear, and or relics of ball. He may replace his power armor, bolt pistol, and frag and crack grenades with Terminator armor and storm bolter for 30 points. A captain or chaplain in Terminator armor may only take items from the special issue war gear and relics of ball. A chaplain in Terminator armor may replace his storm bolter with a combi flamer, combi melta, or combi plasma for 5 points. Chaplains are really good across the board. I like them. They fill a lot of niches that you could use. So, I mean, he putting him in Terminator armor is not a bad idea. Makes him 120 points. You have a 2+4+ then, because of his special, uh, Iron Halo type thing. So, guys, that is my review of the HQ choices. I really like Mephiston, obviously. Mephiston is my first choice as an HQ. That's going to be my first choice. I think he is arguably the best HQ for his points in here. You could always do the chaplain, you know, as a make your own type. You can always go with the captain. The captain's probably going to be more universally like you can make him to fit your army's needs, how you're going to run the army. So like you can put him with a jump pack, so he's with your assault marines or your death company guys. So obviously Mephiston is first. Captain would be second. I think the Sanguinor is my third pick out of all of them in here. The Sanguinor is just a beast, and it doesn't say you can't put him with Death Company, so that's why I'm more, because Death Company you can have 15 guys. Run him with Death Company. Put him in the back and then get in that charge and all that. I still have yet to figure out how I'd run Mephiston, but maybe I would probably put him in with a group of tactical squad or tactical marines. Put 9 tactical marines because you could only fit 10 in a drop pod. So yeah, I would run a group of tactical marines, 9 strong with Lord Mephiston. This is going to be a spoiler for the next video, but the upgrade I'd give the tactical marines is I'd give them heavy flamer, because I think you can, yeah, even if it's only if it's between 5 and 9 marines, you can take 1 special weapon or heavy weapon, and I would take the heavy flamer because we'll get into that. But tactical marines, the Blood Angels tactical marines, I think are the only ones that can take a heavy flamer for the tacticals. So yeah, that's my first top 3 is Mephiston, Captain, Sanguinor, which makes me really reconsider that I'm probably going to have to buy a Sanguinor at some point or make my own. Alright guys, this is Michael of Painting War Games. I know this video was long. It was a long section. The next video will actually be kind of short because we're going on to the troop choices, and it's Tactical Marines and Scouts. So, alright guys, this is Michael of Painting War Games. I'm signing out, and as always, keep gaming.